Hi there. Just gonna drop this lot on the floor. Still in August, we've still got nice weather, so I thought I'd better get another tree camping while we've still got this nice weather. Now this is a old yew tree. It's about 150 plus years old, probably about 60 foot high. It's a great tree for tree camping. As you get further up the tree, there's masses of branches, so there's loads of places to hang your gear. Got a nice area to set my portaledge up, and the thick foliage actually hides you, and you feel a lot safer up there. Nobody is going to see or know you're up there, although I don't think anybody's going to find me in here. I'm well concealed. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my ropes set up in the tree. Over there I've got my water, my food, my stoves. There's another bag of gear over there. That'll be transferred over into there, and then once we're up the top of the tree, all that lot has to be hauled up. And then once the portaledge is set up, the rest of it is easy. So I think I'm going to be a bit hot climbing up here. I can feel it warming up already. So what I'll do, I'm gonna get all my ropes initially set up just to get me up this first bit, and then we'll make our way up the tree. So I'll see you in a bit when we're ready to climb. So, just arrived at this first time point. First thing I'm going to do is get a lanyard on. I've dismantled that tying point now. Got rig ascender, all my SRT equipment on my belt. Got the cambium saver on my belt ready to establish that new tying point, and that's the climbing rope. Most important, don't want to drop that. So using lanyards, we're going to advance to the top of the tree now. At the top now, I'm going to haul all my gear up and then get the portaledge set up. I may be a while. See you in a bit.
Pleased to say I've got the portaledge set up. If you want to see me setting this up and struggling, look at my last video a couple of years ago. It is a right pain to set up. I did have thoughts of filming it, but it's just too hard. It beat me. So I thought I'll get it set up, then I can talk to you then when I've calmed down a bit. You can see some of my camping gear over here, my rucksack. It's got my food and water, various bits in. So yeah, basically hauled everything up, got everything hung in position, and then it's just a job of setting this up. I'd got the webbing tangled and I had to disconnect stuff, and it must take me an hour to get it set up, but pleased to say it's set up and it feels quite stable. So that's the hard work out the way now. But just a little bit thirsty. I was going to get me stoves set up, but I thought I'd better talk to you just as I've got the portaledge set up. So I'm going to secure the portaledge a bit more so it doesn't move about. We've got 2 stoves here. I'm going to try and hang them in the trees, and then generally tidy camp up a bit. I am aware that time is ticking on and it does take so long. So I'll come back to you in a bit when things are a little bit more settled and I've got camp more established. See you in a little bit. Just got to quench my thirst. I wish it were beer, but perhaps not up here. Well, things are looking up. We've got the kettle on now, and I thought I'd show you my kitchen area. That's a little stove you've probably seen before. That's got the kettle on, boiling me water. Now you can see there, I've got a bigger one now. Made that, brought that with me. That'll take my frying pan. So hopefully, I'd like to think we'll be having a bit of ribeye steak for tea. And that's my cup hung there. That's got my coffee, sugar and milk in, waiting for the water to boil. So yeah, once you've got the kettle on, I think things are looking up, things are looking good. Pleased to say I've got my cup of coffee now. Always a good sign. As usual, hardest part, hauling the gear up and then setting the portaledge up. Once the portaledge is set up and you've got somewhere to put stuff and to stand on, it is a lot easier. It's one of those camps where as I start climbing the tree I think, am I doing the right thing here? Shouldn't I just go in a tent somewhere? But I like to try stuff different, and this certainly is different. Now, it is more of a stealth tree camp, this. It is a private woodland, this, so you don't get many people coming through here. And I don't think they'd look up in the trees. I am well screened by all the leaves, etc. So I do feel pretty safe once I'm up in the tree and I've got all my gear up here. Now, like I say, it is a private woodland. There's one slight problem. It's not actually my private woodland. Sort of only a minor little detail. It just doesn't belong to me. I suppose you could say I am sort of borrowing it just for the night. I'll leave it how I found it and nobody will ever know I've been here. But I can't say who actually owns it, but I don't think they realise what they've got. They don't look after it. So I've sort of moved in a little way to do a few camps here. As you've probably seen, I have camped here before. So we're hoping to have a little bit of steak for tea. That should be very nice. What can I tell you? A question many people ask me are toilet facilities. Well, same as a normal wild camp. Got a bottle there if you need to go in the night or whenever. I bring my water in plastic bottles, so if that gets full you can always transfer it to the plastic bottles. Everything has to go back in bottles. Do not ever think of pouring anything over the side. I've got to admit, I was once tree climbing and I did, and you could imagine as it hit the leaves, it vaporized all over the place, and you have to climb through that on the way down, and it also goes on your ropes or any other gear. So yeah, anything you do up here must be carried back down. So that's if you have to go in the night like we all do, same as a normal wild camp. If it's anything else, well, I'm sorry. The only alternative is to climb down, dig a hole like you do on a wild camp, and do it that way. Hopefully I shall last out till I get home. It is an incentive when you've got to climb down and climb all the way back up. But yeah, it does feel another world up here. We're not excessively high, about 40 odd feet, but you are looking down on everything, and you're up in the tree canopy. You've got all the birds sort of just flying past, settling in the treetops. You've got the squirrels, they keep coming, having a little look at me, wondering who's that up in one of our trees. But it is another world up here. Something, I think, if you enjoy, if you like climbing and you're happy to camp up here, it is definitely worth it for the experience. I know it's not everybody's ideal style of wild camping. We'll finish my coffee off, I think, and then we might have a little look at tea. I've got to think now, how am I going to film that? But I see a few opportunities, so I'll see you in a little bit. Pleased to say we've got tea on the go. Now we're having a ribeye steak and pot noodles. Now I've got to admit, I have never cooked pot noodles on a camp before. I can honestly say I probably look down on people that cook pot noodles on while camping, as if you can't cook something better. But I take it all back. I'm now converted to pot noodles. It might be the sort of location that's swayed me somewhat. So what we're having is ribeye steak with pot noodles. So I'll just turn that steak. So it all seems to be working at the moment. That's boiling water for the pot noodles. I understand they take 4 minutes. Like I say, I've not cooked them before, so can't guarantee they'll work out. So I'm going to get the majority of the steak done first. Yes, the steak's looking nice. Ooh, bit scary that. Don't want to drop that. It's a long way down. It says fill to the fill line and I can't find it. So I'm going to take a guess at it. We'll give it a bit of a stir. Oh my god, it feels like solid in there. A drop more water, I think. So I think we can say the steak's done. So I'm just waiting for these pot noodles now. It better not melt my coat. But I'd rather melt my coat than melt the portaledge and fall through it. Seems okay. Oh my god. Oh, that can go in the rubbish bag. And there it is. Ribeye steak and pot noodle with a lot of gravy. I shall have to have a practice at home with the pot noodle, I think. The steak's very nice. But it's certainly a first for me, cooking steak in the top of a tree. But it shows anything's possible. And this serves a purpose. It gives me a nice warm meal. I reckon that'll keep me going through the night. Keep me warm, not that it's going to be that cold. It's not melted me coat, so I'm alright. And I've got no yew tree leaves in it, so I should survive the night. But that is very nice, that. So, I'm going to enjoy this, come back to you in a bit, probably show you my sleep setup then. Very similar to last time. This time I brought a bivy bag. End of August, getting dark early, and it is a little bit cooler at night. But I like the idea of the bivy bag. It holds everything in, so you've no danger of dropping anything. So I'm hoping for a good night. Looking at my phone, I've got a radio, and obviously hopefully get a decent night's sleep as well in this sort of magical environment. See you in a bit. washing up while tree camping is something totally different. You can't just rinse stuff. Now, a lot of these little tips that I've learned while I'll be been tree camping, I will be passing on in a later video. I'll tell you more about that when we're back down on the ground tomorrow. But each camp you learn different techniques, even something simple like that bin liner hung over there for your rubbish. So there is a lot of new techniques. But I've got to get on and get this lot clean. Oh dear me. Well, I'm sort of settled down in my bed. It's 7:30. Where we're end of August, so I reckon it'll be dark around 8 o'clock, so not too much daylight left. But yeah, this is my sleep system. It's basically like bivvying. Underneath, I've got my bivvy bag. Right, bivvy bag, it should be dry, but just in case we have any rain, bivvy bag will protect me, and if we have any dew, again, bivvy bag will keep me dry. I have thoughts of building a sort of fly sheet for it, like a cone fly. Winter project that. I might do, I might not. It would be a lot of hassle setting that up, but it would keep you dry. But I tend to tree camp in the summer months, and I pick me days when there's no rain. So yeah, so I've got Gore-Tex bivvy bag. That'll give me some protection. Ow. I've got my old down sleeping bag. Not that I really need that at the moment. I'm plenty warm enough. And underneath, I'm laid on, is an old thermarest. A little bit more comfort and a bit more insulation. Got a pillar behind me, so that makes it super comfortable. Too comfortable, I reckon I won't want to get up in the morning. It's like a little nest. So I think a squirrel just fell out of the tree. Stupid things. He was probably listening to me and I distracted him. I ain't got my glasses on, so it could have been anything. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so there's my pillow as well. That gives a comfortable night's sleep. What I like about the bivvy bag is it contains all your stuff. So got my mobile phone, cameras, everything, and you're not going to lose it. It's not as if it's going to drop over the edge. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a pleasant evening and a comfortable night in this very sort of atmospheric place. I'm sort of adequately fed with my steak and what did they call it? Oh, pot noodle. Yeah, pot noodle. Yes, that was very enjoyable. I've not had my pudding yet. I brought that with me. Look at that. That's a tree camper's pudding, that. Easy. All you've got to do is eat it. Now, it is rather large, but I was thinking I could have dropped that steak and then I wouldn't have had anything to eat. So I thought I'd double up on the afters. So I shall be enjoying that soon. So yeah, I've got my mobile phone. Can catch up on the news. Not that much of it is good news, but it's interesting. I've got a little radio, can listen to that, and I can look at squirrels falling out the trees and things like that, and the birds will be coming into roost soon. So yeah, it should be a different sort of evening. Got my stove all at the ready if I want a cup of coffee, just within arm's reach. So I'm looking forward to a very very enjoyable evening. I'll probably come back to you in a bit when it's dark. There's usually something to see or something to hear. So I'll see you in a little bit. Ugh. I'm going to enjoy my chocolate now. Time to relax now. It is so peaceful up here. Well, it's very still and very quiet. Apart from the traffic I keep hearing going up and down the main roads. Not heard a thing. No owls, no foxes, nothing. Even all the birds have gone to sleep now. While I'm laid on my back, I'm looking up at the sky and you can see the silhouette of the tree against the night sky. If you look straight down or into the woods, it's pitch black, really dark. But hopefully I should get a decent night's sleep. Plenty warm enough. I put this jumper on, but I'm starting to feel a bit hot. I think our nighttime temperatures are about 12-13 degrees C. So it's plenty warm enough really. I could probably have been alright without a sleeping bag, it's so warm, but you just don't know. If the breeze picked up, it could be quite cool. Looks like it'll be an uneventful night. So I'll say goodnight, see you in the morning. Night then. Oh dear. Oh dear. Good morning there. Oh, it is so comfortable in here. We actually had a little bit of rain, so I'm pleased I'd got the bivvy bag. I think it was rain or it might have been dew. I could just hear it faintly dropping on me, but I could zip the bivvy bag up and I was fine. But plenty warm enough, and the thermarest, that was worth bringing. At one point my back was touching the canvas of the, you could say, the portaledge, and I'd come off the thermarest mattress and it was cool on my back, so the mattress is definitely worth bringing to give you that bit insulation. It was so comfortable. I think I'm going to have just a little bit longer. It's only early, and I'll come back to you in a bit when we're ready to make a start with breakfast. See you in a bit. Just making a start with breakfast. As we've got the frying pan, well, why not have some bacon sandwiches? A full English would have been just perfect, but bringing eggs and all that lot up here, it might have just been that little bit too much. So I've got some paninis. I thought they might travel better than normal bread cakes. We've got the bacon in the pan.
spread that out. Bit of heat on it. My water's boiled, ready for me coffee. Looking very nice, those are.
That's a bit more comfortable now. It just kind of, with me kneeling, it sort of cramps both my feet up. I think my paninis have gone a bit dry. Ooh. They have had a rough journey, really. But they still taste nice. But it just feels out of this world up here. Sat in a treetop, eating bacon sandwiches and a cup of coffee. Just fantastic. I think the weather has sort of been kind to me. Probably what I had last night could have been just dew settling, or it could have been light rain. No rain was forecast. But I was very comfortable, plenty warm enough. I don't think I'd like to be up here in cold weather, especially not winter weather. You've not a lot of insulation. You would have to have a thick mattress and a thick sleeping bag and the cone sort of fly sheet to enclose you. So as it stands, I think I'll stick to summer tree camping. Apart from it, I like to see all the leaves. It wouldn't be very good if you're up here and it were bare branches. It would not feel the same, and people could see you. At least with all the leaves out, it feels a lot better, and yeah, nobody's going to see me. I'll finish this lot off, and then it's time to pack up. As you'll probably can see, a quick change of position. I'm afraid my GoPro, I just about finished talking and it cut out. I saw the red light go off. I couldn't believe it. I only needed about another 10 seconds to finish that. I reckon the SD card will be full. Anyway, I'm not changing it now, no way. So I've changed over to my other camera. So all I really wanted to say is what I intend doing now is packing all my gear up. I basically shove everything into the two bags, rucksack and hold all, and I'll lower both them down. I've then got to climb down to release them, then it's back up, and the portaledge I send down in its assembled state. I can sort of turn it so it's vertical and drop it straight down through the branches, and it is a lot easier to pack up on the ground. It would be hard work to try and get it all dismantled and in its bag up here. So once I've finished these sandwiches, done my bit of washing up, I'll get everything back down onto the ground, and I'll see you down there, and I'll have a last chat with you down on the ground. See you in a bit. Well, that lot came down a lot quicker than it went up. It's a bit easier dropping your gear down than hauling it up. I'm feeling a little bit weary, but the sign of a good camp. I like to do something different, and sometimes you've just got to push yourself that little bit further than you feel comfortable with. At the time, it doesn't seem like a good idea when you're struggling, say, to set the portaledge up. But after it, when I put all this together on the video editor, I'll think, fantastic, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I filmed that tree camp. There is a lot to it, and you're under difficult conditions. I think, as I've said, you drop something, I was terrified of dropping my GoPro. If you drop that, you've got to go all the way down, back up. It could be dark. Nah, it's just working through methodically and taking your time with every little step you do. Now, like I say, there is a lot to tree camping. I have sort of covered the tree camping, the tree climbing side of things on previous videos, and I've covered the portaledge construction on other videos. So what I'm going to do, just as a one-off video, I'm going to set the portaledge up and just go through, you could say, the tree camping gear you might use, all the little things I'll do. I'll set it up round here at ground level, and then I can give you a closer look at the portaledge, describe everything I added to it and why, and the way I bring my gear out, the way I secure my gear in the tree. So I'll probably do it in about 6 weeks, 2 months. It's actually an easy one for me to do. So I want to get out on a wild camp probably September time, so I'll leave it a bit later, but it should be an easy one to do. So yeah, looking forward to a straightforward wild camp in my Sulu, probably with some nice food and some nice drink. It should be quite enjoyable on the solid ground. So I'm making my way home now. As I've mentioned, it's not far for me. I'll be home in 15 minutes. I've got quite a lot of sorting out of my gear. It sort of just got pushed into bags, and I've left some of it fastened up in bushes up here, so I'll probably come back later and recover the last of my gear. I can't carry it all in one go. So I'll thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one soon, which hopefully will be a normal wild camp. Bye then.